This is going to be a fairly quick video looking at a pop-up beach tent and how to open it, but more importantly, how to close it. Stay tuned. These tents are easy to set up. Unzip, remove it. You have a few stakes, but basically they self-open. You can force them in the air or not, but once it's set up on the ground, a beach tent is quite open and fairly easy to set up. There are side pockets for sand on these because the stakes alone in sand aren't going to necessarily hold it down against a strong gust of wind. The extra weight on the sides by filling those sand pockets will help stabilize it. That combined with the small handful of stakes makes it easy to secure. But putting it away is the hard part. It's super easy to open up a pop tent. You only have to pull it out of the bag and toss it in the air. It'll open. Closing it is where people get stuck. Now, I'm not bothering to stake it down on this occasion. We're just going to go into how to fold it. But once you remove the stakes, the first step is to tilt it backwards and even hold it upside down, give it a shake. And that'll remove the sand from the sand pockets on the side. The next step in closing it is you have it on its back so that the open end is facing the sky, facing up. And the porch area that comes out front, just put into the tent. The two corners on the front and back are both rounded, but grab the two front rounded corners, pull them together, and then place it on its side, holding the two front corners together and the two back corners together. At this point, once you've got those held together, simply squeeze them together and take it in one hand. That's going to leave a loop here on the top. On the bottom, which was the top of the tent, that's going to bend inwards a bit, and just place that on the ground. The next step is you take this top loop and push it downwards and towards the back of the bottom loop. Once that goes down there, these two corners fold down one over the other, at which point you'll have a bit of material sticking out. Just push that in, but it's now back into a circle. The only other advice I'm really going to give you here is that you'll notice once you've got it back into the small circle, one side has got a little more material than the other. So you'll have a sort of a fat side where there's extra material pressed in and a thinner side. I would recommend taking the thicker side and putting that into the round bag first. There's a reason for that. Most videos won't tell you about this, but basically, if you put the fatter end in first, and of course, don't forget to put your bag with the pegs in as well, but if you put the fat end in first, there's less pressure on the zip. If you put it in thin end first, it's actually got a lot of extra material right by the zip, and that could cause your zip to break or fail. So it's better to put the fat end in first. And after that, the only other thing I would say is try to be careful not to trap the fabric of the tent in the zip while you're closing it. But once that's done, it's super easy. When you get the hang of it, it takes less than a minute. Anyway, I hope you found that interesting and useful if you have one of these. If you enjoyed this video, please click like, please consider subscribing, and I hope to see you in the next one. Have a good one.